Ahoy, fellow poker players.
And welcome aboard The Joy of Trek, a repetitive podcast exploring the Decyon fields and causality loops of Star Trek, all of it. I'm Kaki.
I'm Kay.
And ordering all hands to abandon ship is your chief engineer, Greg.
Ahoy, fellow poker players.
And welcome aboard The Joy of Trek, a dizzying podcast exploring the headaches and ear infections of Star Trek, all of it. I'm Kaki, and have we done all this before?
I'm Kay. I don't know.
And ordering all hands to abandon ship is your chief engineer, Greg.
Ahoy, fellow poker players.
And welcome aboard The Joy of Trek, a threefold podcast exploring the threes and threes of Star Trek, all of it. I'm Cock3.
I'm Kay.
And having a little fun with the script is your chief engineer, Greg.
Together, we're on a mission through the typhon expanse of Star Trek to find the hot toddy in every mug and the excellence in every episode.
Even the unusual camera angles, yes!
Because every episode must be someone's favorite, and it might as well be ours.
So blow up your expensive models over and over again and join us as we lose 17 days of our lives in The Joy of Trek.
17 days? We're probably past 17 days at this point.
We might be. Well done, Chief, by the way, on this excellent script. Did you guess which episode of Star Trek we're doing at home?
That is right. We are doing Cause and Effect. Next Generation, Season 5, Episode 18.
First aired March 23rd, 1992, written by Brannon Braga and directed by Jonathan Frakes, an absolute dream team.
Oh, yes. I think this was his first direction.
That I don't know.
Was
it his first?
I think I read something about it.
Did
but
you?
It might have been something... Actually, I'm not sure. There was a reference to his moving into direction as well, but...
Yes, because Star Trek The Next Generation under Rick Berman famously offered actors like a path to directorhood.
We've mentioned this before in this podcast, I believe. I think that... who got the short end of that stick? That was... We did an episode on that as well.
Well... I don't know. We've been stuck in this time loop so long that the temporal vortex seems to be interfering with that as well.
Fair point.
I know. Like Roxanne Dawson definitely didn't get the short end of the stick. She was B'Elanna Torres from Voyager.
Yeah.
Like she did all the last season of Foundation.
Oh, okay.
She's a phenomenal director.
Yeah, excellent. So, who recommended this to us?
This episode, Cause and Effect, was recommended by Royce Day, who said, "All right, I realize we're supposed to recommend the less than stellar episode of Star Trek, but Cause and Effect is a classic TNG episode for good reason. While time travel episodes have been done to death in the franchise, the Groundhog Day loop in this one presents the crew with a genuine mystery that they have to puzzle out, which comes across with slowly dawning horror as they piece the puzzle together and realize they may have no way out. Plus, it's got a literal banger of a teaser which has yet to be topped."
Very true. So this is quite a little... I think this is the difference between suspense and horror. Didn't we talk about that last week?
Suspense and surprise.
That was it.
So we start off with surprise, and then the fact that it happens again, that leads into the Hitchcockian definition of suspense.
Of course, but except the crew never know that. Like they only have as far as they're concerned, there's always the same. They don't actually have active memory of all the other tomb loops.
Right, because in this episode, Kay, for the people at home, how would you describe what happens in this episode?
Okay, I could cheat and say just like it's deja vu all over again.
That's definitely a good one.
But yes.
I'm missing a Cheers component. That would really finish it off.
Oh dear, that's hard. I mean, I don't know much about Cheers.
Neither do I.
I mean, other than that, no, it's not Woody Harrelson. Yeah, it is Woody Harrelson who's in there.
Woody Harrelson's in there, and this is... what is his name?
Yes.
What's the fella?
Oh, come on. His
Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer, because his name's on the credits, yeah.
Yes, that's right.
So
famous as Beast from the X-Men.
Oh, this is right. Wow, he must have must have been quite running quite old at that point. Then again, everybody in Cheers, like they all, in my memory, they're all old people, but I'm older than all of them at this point. When that was filmed. So that's I'm also older than Patrick Stewart was when he started doing The Next Generation.
Oh, yes. Very good. And to top it all off, because we do everything in threes here, Chief, what was the official synopsis of Cause and Effect?
The destruction of the Enterprise, near a distortion in the space-time continuum, causes a temporal causality loop to form, trapping the ship and crew in time and forcing them to relive the events that led to their deaths.
Thank you very much. This was, as Royce says, a very well-regarded episode. And some of what Royce said was echoed by like a lot of reviewers. Okay, so for the listeners at home, we decided to do something a little bit different this time, and we swapped homework assignments. So I had a lot of fun delving through contemporary and modern recaps and reviews of this episode, and like sources like Keith R.A. DeCandido in 2012, Tim Lynch back in 1992. Tim was a reviewer of Star Trek: The Next Generation on like the Usenet group rec.arts. Star Trek or whatever. So those were perspectives that were coming out right as the episode aired.
Alt.sexy.bold.captains.
Yeah, I may have had little strips in there.
There was only two in there. It was Picard and the guy from the Love Boat. Stubing.
Really, only two?
Stubing, I think, believes.
Stubing.
Captain Stubing, yeah, not stabbing.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask. So he's got a particular, and that's a different kind of Picard maneuver, isn't it?
I guess
stabbing.
So, yeah. Well, no. Famously, a stabbing cannot be avoided by a Picard maneuver. It's not affected by a Picard, and that's what makes it a stabbing.
Oh, right. And we're going to torment the people who are currently driving by not describing what a stabbing is, and we hope that you remember to Google it later. You're going to have a great time. And everybody had a little fun with this. Like the Kragas in 2009 said, this is a brilliant episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, which takes a simple sci-fi premises and using it for maximum effect. This is a brilliant episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, which takes a brilliant sci-fi premise and uses it for maximum. I mean, basically the same gag that our chief engineer would then later do. Although the very last version that he does, where is he replaces all the E's with threes, and there's no way I can pronounce that.
Oh, that's going to be tricky. Yes.
We've got Zach Handlen, Mike Bloom, and like everyone is absolutely lyrical about the banger of a teaser. 45 seconds, in and out, absolutely.
Oh, you mean the cold opening?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Totally incredible.
Yeah, well, it's like, oh, yes, the Enterprise explodes again. Okay. Well, let's see how they're going to get themselves out of this one.
Yeah. It's awesome. And Keith DeCandido adds, this is an absolute triumph of craft from both Braga and Frakes, which I absolutely agree. Mm-hmm. Keith DeCandido is a storied writer of possibly millions of novels. Like,
it's one of those people. Yeah. Is the Chuck Tingle of sci-fi?
That's actually kind of, I mean,
I don't know.
I don't think anyone would mind that.
No,
kind of appellation, honestly. No, he wrote several of the licensed fiction stories for Farscape that we read, and for
him
Star Trek novels.
Right, yeah, I remember those stories.
Yeah, he's the one that actually listened to our podcast where I repeatedly call him Keith R.A. Salvatore, mistaking him for the writer of the Drisdro Urden novels.
Oh, dear. Well, I mean, yes, Braga himself has also said he found it the most enjoyable episode he wrote that season, but he got stuck a bit himself, as he'd never seen a time loop episode before, and he did not know how to get the crew out of them. So, it's like, I guess, and he had to go talk to the other writers to get a little bit of assistance in how
do we do this?
How do we get out of this?
This thing that we've done a bunch of times on Star Trek. How do we do this?
How do we get a message out of this loop? Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and they go, oh, you just invent a new particle that nobody had ever heard of, and that can do interactions.
Like it's for some reason it does temporal things in positronic brains or something of those sorts.
It sounds like tachyon. It's not.
Right, no.
It's legally distinct from tachyons, so Disney can't sue us.
I mean, tachyons, are those a Disney thing?
No. Tachyons are the hypothetical particles that can travel faster than light.
So, right. Do we have any warp cores to breach?
I mean, they can't. The warp core ejection system is malfunctioning, as they say repeatedly.
That doesn't mean it can't be breached.
No, that's true.
I say we eject the warp core!
I mean, the only thing, and it's more like a plasma vent, not a warp core, is, I mean, even working with the premise that they found a way to send the message through Data's positronic brain.
Yeah.
when did they program this? Because they only know this information that they have to listen to that it's Riker's idea that they should follow rather than the other.
It's really quick. Data had the message sending device as an armband.
Oh.
So he had it with him, and like just before the ship exploded, you saw him move away from his console and on his
right, that's what he was
on
doing.
his sleeve.
Right, yeah, I had not. Yeah, I mean, I saw him do the thing, but I didn't realize that was the
blink
device
and you'll miss it.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
I think I remember missing it my first time around as well. What?
You're missing it the first time around.
Oh. Huh.
I mean, it wasn't there the first time around. It was
like so. Okay. Shall we blow up our expensive models and warp into? Yay!
So, cold opening. Inertial dampers are failing. Weird thing is coming through. Ship is blah, boom, end of.
I mean, basically.
Play credits, yes.
We've got...
Inertial dampers failing. We're losing attitude control.
This is the bridge. All hands to emergency escape pods.
And it's so dire. The core breach is imminent.
Core breach is imminent. All hands abandon ship. Repeat. All hands abandon.
So I was thinking about that, like how that works, because my first thought was like, but hang on, Riker already ordered everybody to the escape pods, but of course that's just everybody get to the escape pods, and like not yet. We're not launching them yet. And yes, at the moment that Picard goes like abandon ship, then everybody who's sitting there in the escape pod goes boink on the launch button, and
I don't know what the training is like. I don't know if someone ordered me into an escape pod that I would just sort of then sit there and assume that that's as far as I was supposed to go.
That's how they do it on ships. Everybody gets when the alarm goes, everybody goes to the muster station. Then at a certain point, then everybody gets loaded onto the boats, and then it's only when
they just sit at launch.
And exactly, and only when the captain orders the lifeboats launched is when everybody.
All right.
Yeah. So we get another fine bit of Data's incredible manual dexterity.
Oh, yeah, he shuffles that deck real well. It's a little bit accelerated, of course.
I'm presuming that this is they brought in a cart shuffler with a bit more of experience than Brent Spiner, and then, yes, they accelerated it a little bit.
Hey, look at that guy's hands.
Yeah?
They're not gold.
Oh, I suppose so. Yeah, I guess so.
They're fairly pink. So they maybe didn't do enough of a makeup job on this shuffler's hands.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they tried that, and then the shuffler noticed, I cannot do this with...
Oh, just leaving streaks on the cards, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, you just leave his fingertips off, I guess. I mean, sorry, I said leave it off his fingertips. But yeah, who knows?
There's a lot of clever sort of play in the dialogue to clue us in that this is... clues are being passed forward for what's going to happen. Almost as if, certain ideas are inspired by things they've heard.
Right.
Because Riker says...
Sometimes I wonder if he's stacking the deck.
Which he winds up doing later.
Right, yes. One thing that I was sitting there wondering about is okay, so this has been going on for 17 days.
Yeah.
And suddenly only in the last 3 or 4 loops is when they start with... Does a certain critical mass build up that they suddenly start figuring things out? Because this must have been happening more or less the same way for the last, for at least... I mean, I don't know how long the loop is, but it can't be more than a day. So it's at least happened at least 17 times before, or 14 at this point.
So it explodes at around 0700. That's when the team meeting is. That's interrupted, and then they explode after that. They have a night's sleep before that.
Mm-hmm. And this is the poker night is on the evening before that. Poker night's on the evening before the morning that it blows up. And
so let's call it 12 hours max, probably less.
Actually, no, it's longer than that. Because we have the poker in the evening.
Yeah.
Then we have a Crusher going to going to sickbay. Then she sleeps tonight. She hears the voices. And only the next day does the ship enter the anomaly. Yeah,
but then it goes real quick. The morning briefing she attends at 0700, and then right away they get interrupted.
You're right. So, and it always opens with the poker game, so we know that apparently that's where the time loop starts.
Poker game.
It might start a little easier.
7 p.m. for the evening poker game for the day shift
after dinner.
After dinner, and then before your bonsai.
Yes.
So let's call it 12 hours. This gives them 34 loops
at most. Yeah.
Now they don't have to be sequential. It doesn't have to be that we see loops 31, 32, 33, and 34. We don't know how many loops are occurring in between.
Fair point. I mean, it's kind of implied that it's not, but yeah, you can't speculate.
The
on
last
that,
two
yeah.
are implied to be consecutive,
Right,
for sure.
yes, absolutely.
But see, this is so much fun to figure this stuff out because it might be 31 through 34 that we're watching, right?
Yeah.
That it requires sort of critical mass before the deja vu starts happening. Although, doesn't she already like?
Well, that's the theory. Yeah, she just had like, how did you know I was bluffing? Like, I just had a feeling. Which I mean, that's fair enough. That's what you get. That's what you get when you're playing these games with friends. You start to get a little feel for people. I don't even consciously know that they have a tell, but you can get a feeling when someone's lying. It doesn't. I mean, it's always like in movies and stuff. It's all, he's a tell. He twirls his left toe whenever he's got a four of spades.
Yeah.
That's. I think it's much more subtle than that.
Riker is a bit peeved by it though, because when she goes,
I just had a feeling.
He goes,
I guess it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, bitch.
Oh, and also when she wins the hand, the little noise that she makes.
Oh, that's great.
Take it.
She's so excited.
Yes.
I've appreciated,
which I guess it means in all the previous loops she's not.
Yeah, that might be it.
She's not called him out and like he won with the bluff.
Yeah. So he's real huffy about it. They get interrupted because
Commander LaForge needs you in sickbay.
and the new winner collects her winnings. And
No, she just walks off. I mean,
I know.
there's no winnings to collect. Well, what are they betting with? Like just chips. I mean, they're not betting for.
I just had the awful thought, what if they're betting with like promotions for their staff members, for their direct reports?
50, 100, 200? Wow.
No, whoever scores the highest gets to like promote one or two
Oh, right. That's how it
personnel.
goes. I mean,
So it sucks for you if you work for security because Worf, wow.
yeah. Does he lose a lot? Does he lose a lot? I guess it's.
He folds, which is a smart strategy, but
Well-
it looks so uncourageous compared to the bold and daring Riker.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's poker. You could like if you don't fold regularly, you're going to go through your money real quick.
Exactly that.
Yeah. That's.
She does a medical examination
Yeah.
of Geordie, who talks about at first the catwalk was spinning, but no, it was me. And
Yeah.
Luckily, Ensign Fletcher was there to grab me. It's a long way down to the bottom of the warp core.
yikes, that's
Yeah.
a risky environment.
Yeah. I mean, at least they have guardrails, unlike Star Wars.
Yeah, makes you wonder why even have that? Why even have open space? Why not have like just glass partitions
Extra mass.
on a spaceship where gravity is optional anyway? Why have an
No,
opportunity
mass,
to
not
fall?
not weight.
No. I
Mass.
is that the problem? Is that the problem? You can have bars.
I can make it the problem.
Yeah, okay, wow. Something tells me you're going to have a lot of promotions to hand out by the time that we're done playing poker.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It has to look cool.
Yeah, it does,
Yeah.
and it does. And
I mean,
a lot of
they
reflections.
have that on Enterprise. They have that. It's all a lot more compact. But then they've got like those dangerous lifts that can cut your fingers off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they go clambering over the warp core as well, which is really cool.
Yeah, might as well. If it's strong enough, who cares? So,
Beverly wonders.
Geordie, have you had these symptoms before?
And she's like,
I feel like we've discussed this before.
Yeah.
And I remember giving you a hypo spray for dizziness.
no, that can't be right. I've never had that before.
no, you're sorry, doctor, you're dumb. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, just go to bed, like have an aspirin and stay away from high places for a few days.
Yeah. She does give him the advice, like she does give him the shot, but
That should clear up the dizziness, but finding time to relax is up to you.
because she guesses that he's been working too hard.
Yes.
Oh yes, that thing that we do on Star Trek.
Workahol rations have been increased again by 10%. So
Mm.
she is then like, yeah, you said like, I think it's a bonsai. I think it's an orchid that she's trimming, but
Right.
she is
Now,
like,
should you be cutting flowers or
I
possible
have
buds
no-
off like that?
I think that she's cutting out the dried out ones, the ones that are already dying. So at that point,
okay.
you just don't want the plant to invest any more energy into it, and you might as well cut it off.
Yep.
She's having her little bedtime drinkies.
What do you think is in there? Because it's a long stemmed glass with a
Valerian.
Valerian. What is that?
It's just some one of those natural sleep aids, i.e. doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, man. It's like it's either Synthahol, it's like her grandmother's pochine, because I noticed that she's still reading her smutty grandmother's diary.
Oh, brilliant! Oh, that's excellent. Yeah,
it's a book that looks a lot like it.
Oh, yeah. And she's got her jammies on. She's ready to...
A little light bedtime reading.
I'm going to crank it. I'll have myself a little shot of that. The doctor's old vodka. She sets the long-stemmed glass down on her nightstand. Very important. You know? So she keeps knocking this glass off.
Yeah.
Even when she places it somewhere else.
Yeah.
This reminded me of do you remember the time loop episode in Farscape?
Oh, which one?
Ooh. Back to the Future.
Right,
it's like
yes.
episode 3.
Okay.
Where we keep getting this scene where Crichton, hey, people at home, if you don't know Farscape,
go watch it.
Yeah. It'll turn you bisexual.
I
promise.
Already. And we also have a podcast about that. So,
oh yeah,
like if you have never been listening to us before you got to Joy of Trek, then
yeah, if this is your first episode of Joy of Trek and you want to bounce off and watch Farscape instead, have we got good
there's
news
100
for you?
episodes waiting for you right there in the corner.
And he keeps breaking this glass mask that Zan has.
Oh yes.
First on accident, and then later, like. He looks her dead in the eyes and he crushes it under his boot. And he never explains why. But apparently there are some things that you just can't avoid. And I love this sort of... I mean, if physics are pure and causality is pure, then no information should make it through the time loop. But the rest of the universe moves on. And so, like, some information, or you could almost describe it as like certain events experience less friction to happen because they've happened before.
Yeah, that makes sense. I love how she keeps knocking that glass off. And even in the scene where this discussion is being held, when it's Data and Geordi in engineering, and they're just talking to her on the
you can still hear it crashing in the background.
Crashing, like
we are telling this story completely out of order.
It doesn't matter. I was kind of worried about like how we're going to get through the loop for the first time, and then we're going to go like, okay, and now. Are we going to jump to the end, or what's like?
I think we can still do all of this. We can still do exactly what we're doing and discuss every loop because there is new stuff to see every time.
We just have to avoid repetition. Like, so that was an interesting little factoid. How Braga told Frakes that he couldn't reuse footage. So he didn't want it to look like a clip show. Look like a clip show. So it's like he had to like. You have to reshoot the scene every time, and that's why it's also like there's a few comments on the weird camera angles. That's one of the things. It's like he had to like come up with complete new camera angles. Like you can't use the same camera angle that we always use when we're shooting in this room. Only the first time, and then like it has to look different. It has to be the same, mostly the same dialogue, except where it intentionally varies for plot purposes. But it has to look like it's different. Yeah.
I think it's brilliant. Like I've written down some of these progressions, so I definitely want to delve into that. She hears some voices. Let's see if the technology packs those up. Oh yeah. And she goes, "Oh, that's weird." Knocks over the glass, and then I guess just goes back to sleep with shattered glass next to her bedside.
I mean, the little pickup droids will get it, I guess.
Oh yeah, she does some weird humming of a. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
There's a lot of the 0700 briefing.
Yeah. As you can see, the Typhon expanse is huge.
Yeah, the first loop, so we get a lot more blah blah blah.
But it's great. It's this business stuff. Like, okay, and we have to do this scan. Yeah, we have a little problem there because these modules are down.
Weren't they supposed to be online yesterday? Well, yeah, they were, but they wanted extras and blah blah blah.
And he goes,
I recommend we use a gravitron polarimeter.
It will perform a similar function.
Yeah.
All right, fine. And then they move on to other business, and Beverly says,
I heard voices in my room last night.
And she said she was alone.
And like Picard looks at her and goes like, have you been burning candles again?
I was going to say that doesn't happen until next season, but you know, they're going through their own temporal vortex here.
Was that a season 6 episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
6/14, and we're in 5/18 here.
Ah, crap! So there goes my theory for.
No, man. I think the temporal vortex is upon them. Like it really could be. And I really like how seriously she's taken. Because it's a weird thing. But here's a professional organization where, like, an officer who hears weird things realizes that, this is something for the morning briefing. This is something for us to discuss.
Right.
And it's taken seriously by everyone. And they ask some serious questions, like, what were they saying? We can't recognize it. Recheck the sensor logs. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, she probably wouldn't have mentioned it unless there was like 10 other people reported it as well.
As they did, yeah.
Probably at least 10 more actually also heard it, but thought nothing of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, although, I mean, at least they mentioned...
This morning, 10 other people
that's what I said, but like,
voices at the same time as I did.
Those are only the 10 people who mentioned, who went and reported on it or mentioned it to someone. Like, probably at least 10 more also heard it and went like, I'm hearing voices again. Better not tell anybody, because otherwise it'll go on my report, and then, like, I won't be able to, like, make it.
Yeah, and I work for Worf, and he's lost so many promotion opportunities, so I'm on thin ice anyway. But they get interrupted.
We are getting unusual readings 20,000 kilometers off the starboard bow.
There's an anomaly, and we only mentioned, we only saw it when we were right on top of it.
How would you like it if your boss came and stood at your workstation the way that Riker stands at Data's? Let's describe it, right? He walks right up behind Data, and he sort of tripods, one leg on the floor, one leg on the console, one arm on Data's chair. That's an HR violation, isn't it?
It's like an Ace Rimmer kind of
pose. Sick Red Dwarf reference there, bro. That's a deep cut.
Yes, it is. I mean, like, I've had, like, people, I mean, okay, I work in IT, so, like, it's not unusual if someone is showing you something on their screen that you kind of lean over them,
It's the hand on the chair. That one really bugs me when, like, I'll speak up about that. Hand off the chair, please. Just because, like, that's my mobility, that's my space, right?
Yeah.
And, like, foot on the console.
That's just, like, kind of, like, rude anyway, It's like, I bet the guy with the vacuum cleaner really hates him for that. Like,
there was a guy with a vacuum cleaner on set all the time to get the fucking carpet clean. They see a weird, wibbly-wobbly, not very interesting-looking nebula.
It's just like drops of ink in a water tank kind of special effect.
Sometimes that's all you need.
I don't know.
And there's... we can't back away because...
everything's going down.
All main systems just went down. Power levels are dropping rapidly.
Yep.
Red alert!
The ejectors are not ejecting. The clampers are not clamping.
Yeah, they're stuck. And suddenly, out of this boring maelstrom, there's a f***ing cool special effect. There's these light beams blasting out as a Reliant-class ship.
Bad Wolf comes on out, yes.
Bad Wolf? Ooh, whoa.
Doctor Who cut, yes.
Deep Doctor Who cut.
It's like, you remember the white cracks in that started appearing everywhere?
Oh, was that the Bad Wolf thing? That was the Bad Wolf.
That turned into the Bad Wolf thing, yeah.
Oh.
But yes, it is indeed the Soyuz class, as they call it, I believe, here.
Oh, yes. It looks like the USS Reliant.
But it is actually the model of the Reliant, which...
Is it?
Yes, they wanted to use a Constitution class model, but they didn't have one lying around.
Oh, because they also definitely wanted to blow it up, right?
Well, that wasn't even the point. They just didn't have one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but they couldn't, so they didn't have one, and they couldn't, and it was too expensive to make one. So they just pulled out the old Reliant.
Hey.
Been doing its job since the Wrath of Khan, occasionally held upside down for another.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. I think the original sketch for the Reliant for the Wrath of Khan was accidentally flipped upside down, and that's how it was approved.
So there's like another. I mean, you get this stuff the entire time. Like props get reused between shows and everything.
Oh yeah.
I think one of my personal favorites is that between Firefly, there's the episode where the blue glove guys have their stun gun.
Yeah, the little two-sided.
Well, it's some kind of weird rifle, but that actually comes back in Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog as the.
Is that the freeze ray?
Yes, not the ice
not
ray,
the ice ray, but a freeze ray.
Yes.
Yeah,
but it's held upside down there.
Oh, very good.
And the coat that Dr. Horrible wears, that is also the.
Is it the brown coat?
No, it's the coats that the hospital staff wear. In the,
cool. In Ariel.
In the,
Yeah,
same
the hospital
same episode, actually.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah. So
I remember from the train job in Firefly that all the Alliance soldiers were wearing Starship Troopers helmets.
Oh, yeah. Again,
because they made millions of them for that.
Grab whatever. Oh, we got like loads of those. Like.
Uh-huh. We're all 20th Century Fox here, so...
Yep, that works fine. I mean, I guess that's how they do that. What you do, like, if you're making a movie and they give you access to the props and the costume warehouses, and unless you have you're such a massive big budget thing that you have to do everything for yourself. Even then, yeah.
I mean, there must be accounting. You must essentially need to buy it from another, where they go like the storage, the possible value of doing a sequel.
Right. But it probably depends on whether or not you're going to destroy it or not.
Yeah.
If it comes back in more or less the same state, then it's like whatever, I mean, it might be an accounting. I mean, Hollywood accounting.
Yeah. I mean, I do not. I know of it, but
yes.
it's a mysterious and I think terrible art.
I believe what was his face again? Babylon 5 guy.
J. Michael Straczynski.
J. Michael Straczynski, yes. He was not a fan of Hollywood accounting. He basically said, like, if any of their buildings burns down anywhere for some reason, they can charge it to the profit margin of Babylon 5.
And therefore they can say it never turned a profit.
Exactly.
And they never have to pay me royalties.
Yes, exactly. That's the one.
They have...
Impact in 36 seconds. Hail them.
What shall we do?
This ship is approaching them. They're
not responding to hails. They're not doing anything themselves either.
No.
Like evasive maneuvers or...
Picard asked for suggestions, and there are two.
Yep.
The first is...
Suggestions.
Decompress main shuttle bay.
And the second one is...
Captain, I suggest we use the tractor beam to alter the other ship's trajectory.
And the captain selects...
Tractor beam has its own power supply.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it must do. So,
yeah.
I mean, there's some lights on.
Yeah, but that's emergency lights,
Yep. Picard goes with that plan. There's not enough time. We see the Reliant just grazing the warp nacelle.
I mean, normally that wouldn't be a big thing, but if your structural integrity fields are down and the shields are, then that's dangerous.
Yep. Inertial dampeners failing. This is the bridge. All hands abandon ship. All hands abandon ship.
Boom.
And we go back to...
Captain's log, stardate 45652.1.
Yep.
I think I read that letters were or calls were made to various TV stations.
Right. Oh, because this, of course, came in after the commercial break.
That there was an error. Like, people thought that the episode was being played over again. Because this was in the day. Like, Star Trek The Next Generation went into syndication, which is an American thing, where the show is sold to lots and lots of local networks. So instead of playing on national networks.
Yeah. I mean, that usually happens for the reruns, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's so unfamiliar to us, so I don't know how this works exactly. True. But I do know that for the Next Generation, that there was an incredibly successful profit model. Voyager was then later made for the experimental Paramount network that it wound up not exactly anchoring. But those were smaller stations, and they'd pretty often just be hitting play on a video recorder to broadcast locally.
That makes sense.
And so accidents like this could happen.
Yeah. Well, as I understand it, it's there's all transmission in the US, basically because we're dealing with such vast things, where it was always going out through the local stations. There was a limited amount of nets, but then there was certain shows were always were always broadcasted on all the networks at the same time.
Okay, yeah.
So and then you get you get to buy the rights to do reruns in certain shows in certain areas. I remember those those US TV guys. That was pocketbook size thing each week, just for all it's a thin pocketbook, but like a novella. To cover all the channels and and he had them for every area.
Wow, little mini phone books. What a blast from the past!
Yeah, again showing my age.
I mean, did you experience any of that? I mean, you didn't grow up in the States, did you?
I didn't, but I did vacation there with my parents once or twice back in the 80s. So I did get a little bit of first-hand contact with that kind of thing.
It's a real time travel episode, this, isn't it?
I guess it is, yes.
They explode, and once again...
Captain's log, stardate 45652.1.
We get to see the poker game again.
Yep.
And this time, immediately, I noticed it was different. Like you were describing.
Right. It's filmed from a different angle.
Goes over Data's shoulder. Mm-hmm. And so where previously we had one shots of each of the players on the table individually, now it's grouping Data, Riker, and Worf and isolating Beverly.
Yeah. I love this one, though.
10, 7, no help there.
How Worf gets more and more agitated by Data's editorializing, but only for him.
Yeah, exactly. No help for the Klingon.
Yeah, exactly.
Also interesting that they're being grouped as a 3. And then Beverly, who's she's the prophet here, right, in this story. She's the one who
yes, I suppose she is, yes.
recognizes, like, not a Cassandra, because people do, of course, listen to her. And she's separate. And when she's asked,
Is there something wrong, Doctor?
She gets a little vague look and, no, I'll bet 10. And then you get to the little...
weird close-up.
Oh, well, that's fine. I mean, I'm saying at this point it starts, the betting starts in earnestly.
Oh, yes.
And she gets this, like,
You're
predatory
20,
look.
and I'll raise you 50.
And then,
You're
like,
going to call my bluff, aren't you?
She catches that look and it's like, wait a minute, this is not going to work out.
Yeah.
And
you got tight close-ups on Riker and
very
and
much
Crusher.
so. Yep.
And they're really intensely looking at each other because Riker is, I think, canonically the best player at this table.
I think so too. Yes,
he wins the most often. Now, I don't know if it's true for all variants of poker, but many of them are much more about bluffing and reading as a component of your strategy than rational play.
They also don't always play the same variant.
Which one are they playing here?
I am not sure because I would say it is so it's not Texas Hold'em because everybody has their own individual cards. There's no shared cards.
Yeah,
I don't know which variant this is.
They seem to only have one closed card that they start off with.
Exactly, yeah.
Which they do know.
They do, but nobody else does. And I don't know what variant this is. I'm not that
neither am I.
well versed in poker.
Oh, Chief.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm pretty sure this is just a 5-card stud game.
Sometimes they vary it. Like then they're having a poker night where the dealer calls which variant they're playing and
Johnny, go,
and which cards are
stiff,
which are wild. Deuce is wild or something like that.
I did notice that when Worf folded, he exposed his card.
I know. Yes, that's not what you're supposed to do.
No, I thought the whole point of folding was like you pay, you lose your stake, but you get to keep your secrets.
Yes, exactly. Also, you don't give. Not only do you don't give them information about what you were doing, what your strategy was, you also didn't give the information of which cards are still in play or not.
Yeah.
It might be really relevant that card you have ensures that he can't have a straight. That's
so it's actually bad form even.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, it is that time, and Commander LaForge needs to see Beverly.
It's a long way down to the bottom of the warp core.
Still, again...
It's a much more intimate shot this time,
focusing
on the beautiful, beautiful LeVar Burton.
This time, the doctor actually goes check the records. She's like, I'm sure we've done this before. Like, this seems so familiar. But no, nothing. Headaches for your visor, which might actually be a clue, because that turns on later to be a thing.
Yes, that's right.
But
and Geordi is with her because...
Come to think of it, I think I have.
Yeah. And he goes like, this might be deja vu, but...
Both of us?
About the same thing? That seems quite unlikely.
Yes. I mean, that keeps piling up more and more and more, I guess.
We're back at the Orchid and her nighttime pint of vodka.
It's not a pint.
And this time...
It's barely 20 cc's, which is also what she shot into Geordi.
Oh, she shot 20 cc's into Geordi, did she?
Well, we're definitely... That's not a story we'll be reading in our...
Don't say that. The Chief is listening. This is now filmed in one continuous shot. And it's a steady cam with a long lens. You don't see that very often in Star Trek. It's a very because it's very difficult.
I guess Frakes was running out of options. Like, okay, what else can we do? It's like, do we have any things we haven't tried yet? Come on, like, do we have a camera setup that we haven't done yet?
I don't think it's that desperate.
I know.
I think he was really thinking about.
I'm just joking.
I know, but like he thought really
Let's do
well
it with a buttonhole camera. We haven't done those yet.
Oh, come on! Like, I can imagine planning this out, right? Sitting down with a pint of vodka together. Okay, we're going to shoot this 4 times. How is this, like in round 2, how do we feel? We feel a little bit of suspense. There's a little bit of unease.
Is there a director of photography for this, or is that just more...
I think it varied per episode or per season. I'm going to check in with the chief in a second to get the answer. But yeah, the director of photography works in tandem with the director.
Right.
And sometimes if the director has particular ideas, then they'll ask for particular framing. Jonathan Frakes is very famous for that. He has this kind of hands-on approach. But actually, yeah, it's probably the director and the DP, or maybe the camera operator, if that's the one role that they have on set, that go through the script beforehand. And like this is where storyboarding comes in as well, where they make those decisions beforehand, how they're going to shoot these different scenes. God, I don't know if you've ever seen the storyboards for The Matrix. They're incredible. They're like comic books.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
So meticulous.
It's a bit Jodorowsky's Dune level of storyboarding.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so the director of photography for this episode is Marvin V. Rush, who was the cinematographer for 161 episodes of Voyager, 78 episodes of TNG, 92 episodes of Star Trek Enterprise, 45 episodes of DS9. He was a cinematographer for an episode of The Magicians, for 24 episodes of The Orville. He also directed 2 episodes of Voyager, 2 episodes of Enterprise, and 1 episode of TNG. He did direct The Thaw, which we did previously discuss, with the clown and the slowly turning the lights off until the clown disappears. So yeah, Marvin V. Rush, wonderful cinematographer. Gotta give him credit because he basically was the cinematographer for almost the entirety of the Berman era of Star Trek. So you gotta give the man props.
So yes, this time though, when she knocks her glass over, she immediately calls in Picard. It's like, hey, Jean-Luc.
Yeah.
Are you still awake? It's like, do you have a moment?
You up? And he says,
My Aunt Adele cured a lot of sleepless nights with this steamed milk.
Steamed hams.
God. And
whenever I get insomnia, I try to perfect the recipe.
Of steamed milk with nutmeg?
Well, I guess nutmeg is his own addition.
Okay.
But yes, it turns out he's had the same thing as he's been got the feeling that he's read this book before. And
he just assumed that he'd read it before and forgot,
right? As
one can do.
Yeah, I mean, I've had that, when you read a book on a device and then pick up a different device and they're not synced for some reason, and then you're like, I swear I've read this before. It's like,
yeah.
Even when you're sitting there reading and then you realize, hang on, I've just been my eyes have been skimming the page.
Oh
but
yeah.
I've not been reading. I need to go back a few pages to see what actually has happened.
What the actually happened?
Yeah, brain was not in right mode.
And once again, Picard listens to her when she talks about these voices that she heard and these feelings that she's had. Yeah. And he goes,
it could be nothing more than the result of a sleepless night.
Yeah.
But let's be sure.
Yeah. I mean, where space is the space is dark and full of terrors.
Very good. It's not quite night flyers, but sure.
Well.
And he tells her,
have Data and Geordi run a shipwide diagnostic, concentrating on the time and place when you heard the voices.
And we'll discuss that tomorrow at 700 hours. Those two don't need sleep anyway. Because, it's not like she's just told Geordi not to put in so many overtime hours.
Oh, God. Actually, that's a really good point. See, I was just assuming that they're on, night shift or beta shift.
Possible, yeah.
Because they also weren't at the poker.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that makes sense, yeah. And, and Geordi was literally working in engineering. But then again, he was literally admitting to, putting in a lot of overtime.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the solution is, hey, that guy that's been overworked, go give him 2 extra jobs.
Yes. All right, so next morning, as Data puts it,
there was no evidence of auditory anomalies anywhere on the ship.
Yeah, this is the shortest morning briefing.
Yes.
Because, immediately...
Bridge to Captain Picard. Go ahead.
They're interrupted and the adventure happens again.
Yeah, this adventure is actually pretty much identical this time round as it was the first time.
Yes.
There's nothing yet that happens in this loop in the final scene.
Even a lot of the angles are still quite similar. We're seeing a lot of the action from Ro's perspective. Awesome to see Ensign Ro here. This was season 5, which, wow, I'd forgotten what an incredible series of banger episodes season 5 had.
I guess a lot of the time they could just we'll just throw different takes different takes from different shots through each other in a slightly different order, and that would probably be the best way to change a scene 4 times. Because it's a lot of effort scene. It's a lot of camera jostling and people shaking and inertial dampeners failing.
And they're used to doing multiple takes anyway.
Exactly. So, yeah, if you like grab good takes, yeah, you just mix and mash them up from different takes, all the shots, and you're already there. So, yes, we go back to...
Captain's log, stardate 45652.1.
And we're back in the Typhon Expanse. By the way, I just never quite get used to seeing the Enterprise D blowing up. I know it's fake, but it feels wrong.
So the first 2 times it blows up, it seems very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Because you see the nacelle flying off. This time, like around, it's a shot straight from the back rather than.
It looks more like a composite, like it's a crossfade of a shot of the model and a loose explosion.
Could be, yeah.
Because the model is very, very small.
Right, it's like it's shot from also straight from behind and not from an angle as the other shots are.
Do you know if they actually blew up a D model for this?
I didn't find any trivia regarding that, but
Chief, do you know?
Yeah, so for this episode, because they're destroying the Enterprise, not just a random ship, they wanted it to be a little more realistic and impressive. So instead of just superimposing footage of an explosion over stock footage of a physical studio model, which is what they usually did, they got breakaway models. So just models that are made out of a material that's a little more easy to break up. So like balsa wood instead of just like the hard plastic or the hard foam or whatever. Because balsa wood, if you've ever had balsa wood, you can like breathe on it and it'll snap. So they filled it up with pyrotechnics and they blew it up, shooting it from multiple angles. And usually when you're doing that, you film it from below with it hung in the air, so that way the explosion, the debris falls down and it looks like it's going towards the camera because there's no gravity in space, yada yada. So yeah, they did it with high-speed camera and they actually blew it up, and it's so cool. It's so cool. And then they took the debris from that and they used it for the DS9 episode, the Jem'Hadar, when they blew up the USS Odyssey, because they're like, well, hey, this is like good debris. We're gonna keep this because we may need this for like something, and they did. So really cool.
Another poker game.
Yep.
And this time in the opening shot, all 4 of them are in view.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if he's stacking the deck.
And suddenly, it's Worf who says,
I am experiencing epoch.
Which is a very, very rare occurrence of accurate pronunciation of Klingon during the Rick Berman era. Because they never had consultants. Like Jadzia Dax's Klingon is terrible. DS9 was awful for that. Like it wasn't until either in the films or in Discovery where they would consistently like make an effort to pronounce the Klingon correctly. But yes, this is Nipoch.
It's it's a feeling that I've done this before.
Yes, last Tuesday night.
Well, yeah. What we do every Tuesday night, Worf.
Same thing we do every night,
exactly.
Pinky.
That's the one.
I had such a weird flashback. I was watching Pompoko for the first time.
Oh, yeah?
And the narrator is the Brain from Pinky and the Brain.
Oh, crike, really?
Yeah. It was so, because I'm like, is he a newsreader or so? Why do I recognize this narrator? It's so dry.
Wow, I had no idea. All right, so yes.
And
a queen. You're going to give me a queen.
Yeah.
And you're going to get a 4. And she tells him to keep dealing.
Yeah, forget about
no one has bet.
Yeah. Forget about
All
the bet,
data.
just deal. And then 10-7 queen, and everybody else starts getting in on the game.
Yeah, and Worf says,
Jack.
Should we favor
Jack.
this? Yeah,
Jack.
no, probably Deuce and 6 and...
This is highly improbable.
Right, yeah, that's a very data thing to say, but yes.
I love his little visor.
And it seems weird, like it changes over time. It's not always the same visor. This one looks like almost like it's made out of glass.
Yeah, right, just frosted glass to ease some of the glare. It doesn't actually cast a shadow. Barely.
No, it's more for show at this point. So yeah, to check if she is correct, Crusher goes like, "Hey, is Commander LaForge there?" And it's like, no, he's not here. And like, bleep. Oh, actually, he just walked in. I think that's a nice little lampshading there. It's like, it's much more interesting this way than if like, oh yeah, he's here. This is much more like, no, he's not. So you're starting to wonder, and like a second later, like in he walks.
And that's Nurse Ogawa, a lovely recurring character on The Next Generation.
Couldn't she he just comes there because he's a little bit dizzy. Do you really have to get the doctor out of her poker game for that? Can't like the duty nurse take a look at that?
That's a really good point. Hey, this is off duty.
I know, right?
You have 3 shifts. Don't you have doctors? Oh, maybe because he's a senior officer.
I suppose. Yeah,
maybe that's a thing. He was a senior officer on duty. He had almost a fall. Now there's Dr. Salar. There are other doctors.
Sure. Picard gets called in.
Yes, because this is enough evidence for Beverly to go, we are onto something here.
And she actually starts by asking him,
Captain, have you been getting the feeling that you've experienced certain things before?
And he's like, yeah, actually I did. This book seemed awfully familiar.
And she mentioned...
There have been similar incidents reported all over the ship.
And she goes through the list that she's experienced, and she brings over Geordi. Now, they've got a cool sort of wall light that I guess is where they do the X-rays normally.
Okay, yes.
And Geordi's sitting at a chin brace that they've apparently used to investigate his visor.
Yeah.
We don't actually see how that gets done this time around.
Yeah, they saved that one for the next loop.
Which I also thought was a fun way to deal with the loops and keep them interesting, is to introduce something that you don't see, because by this time the audience knows, okay, we are going to get it, so it's not going to be frustrating.
Right. Yeah, we're definitely in a time loop episode.
But you are looking forward to seeing the other side.
Oh, of course. More blah, blah, blah. And back to the orchid snipping.
Yes, because, hey, Braga figured out how to do this.
I picked up minuscule distortions in the surrounding Dekion field.
Because
somehow his visor is translating those distortions into visual impulses.
Oh, that could
there we go. That explains everything.
That could just be a malfunctioning warp field. I'll just go check that out.
Yep.
Run a localized subspace scan to look for anything else.
Yeah, you don't need rest.
No.
Crucially.
Exactly.
That's not the whole reason you're here. Here's 2 extra jobs. Don't promote anyone. You didn't win at poker.
This time she actually gets a recording, I think, of the voices.
I mean, look at how this scene is filmed this time. Yeah. She's not in her pajamas.
Oh, no, she's not, no.
She's still in uniform, and she's going through these motions, but she looks actually scared of her shears.
Yeah, she declines to prune the orchids. And
it's handheld. It's not stabilized.
She's even looking suspiciously at her drink.
Yeah.
It's has this gone bad?
And she puts it down away again, and, okay, she sort of lies down, she turns off the lights, and then immediately turns them back on when the voices come. Yeah. And she grabs a tricorder.
And she manages to record.
It's like you managed to record 6.2 seconds worth.
Not bad.
And we're going to see and try to filter it.
Which apparently the computer can't do, but data can.
Computer, continuous playback, please.
And he says...
There are approximately 1,000 voices overlapping.
Which seems like a lot, because
everybody in the crew would be talking at the same time. It could be from multiple loops, you don't...
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't all have to be from the same time loop.
I mean, you'd think at least a third would be asleep.
Roughly, yeah.
And I hope the rest isn't talking constantly.
No, but,
Because, they are...
The voices are those of the Enterprise crew.
Dun, dun, dun. And here is a midnight briefing. So they're not even waiting for 0700.
Nope. I'm sorry to call you all here so early.
Because...
We think we're stuck in a specific fragment in time and that we've been repeating that same fragment over and over again.
And this shot of the conference has everyone in it and display on the wall where Geordi is showing off a little PowerPoint.
Yeah, it looks a bit like one of those pork chop graphs, but...
Pork chop graph.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to walk me through that one. I'm not familiar.
Oh, it kind of looks like this, except it usually has more multiple hotspots in it.
Yeah.
And it's generally a time graph, which is used for plotting the best moment to do a transfer between different planets. So it basically...
Oh, it's a Kerbal Space Program thing.
No, not... I mean, they also use it in Kerbal Space Program, but it's
so it's a Kerbal Space Program thing that NASA happens to also use in real space.
But but basically it shows you overview of the time and date, which any amount of energy it'll take you to do a transfer from planet A to planet B at that point in time.
Yeah.
So you get a heat map of where the cheap times are to do this.
Now, is that... Okay, then I wonder do you have 2 of those graphs, one that shows fuel and one that shows time? Because that's also a factor.
Well, I mean, how much time is? I guess you could add a third dimension. So basically, what they don't show fuel; they show delta V, which is essentially the same thing.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I don't know. So you can get expensive orbits, but they're you can do more direct burns.
Yeah,
and they're more expensive in fuel and in delta V. But yeah, they're often quicker. But it also depends on the local position. So 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 yeah, there's
and depending on the planets, there might even be slingshots involved if you're
well,
hopping multiple planets.
That's when you get it complicated.
Complicated, yeah.
That's usually not
one of the later levels of Kerbal Space Program.
Right.
Yes.
Well, they usually that kind of stuff is usually done rarely for time, but mostly for a cheap because it usually costs time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like for getting higher velocity. So yeah, that's what you do slingshot maneuvers for, or gravity assists as they're officially called.
Ah, yes, very good. Still going to call them slingshots. And Riker hears this.
You mean we could have come into this room, sat at this table, and had this conversation a dozen times already?
Mm-hmm.
A dozen? 100?
We don't know.
It doesn't occur to any of them to check the time servers.
Yeah, if you're in the anomaly, your time servers probably wouldn't
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not just the Enterprise.
You're literally stuck in the anomaly. Yeah.
Yeah. All the radiation, which means all the signals. There's no information entering it from the outside. Yeah. Why would you check something that you already know?
Yeah.
And we could have been trapped here for hours, days, maybe years.
I mean, if it was an actual Groundhog Day, I think canonically he's in there 10,000 years.
I think it's not canonically, but that's like what they did. They did some math and analysis of of all the stuff that he does, how long it would have taken him to learn that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure there's no actual mention in what's in the movie.
There were early drafts of the script that involved a much more Buddhist component, the samsara, right? The emergence from a cycle of suffering. How long does it take for the soul to change?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Absolutely bonker stuff. They're lucky that it's only been 17 days.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's the flagship of the Federation. Of course, these people would figure it out. Look at those losers from the Bozeman. They took them they were in there for 72 years and they still didn't figure it out.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
If that is how it works, yes, that is how it works, isn't it? They've been stuck in there. So then there's two time loops bumping into each other, or is it the same one?
I guess after a while, the Bozeman gets into this anomaly and it starts going through its own little loop, but it doesn't end in an explosion. Nobody says that time loop has to end at the catastrophic moment. It might just go on for who knows how much longer after that.
They do have a suggestion that is involved.
Okay.
Because Data wants to talk about all the snooping he's done.
150 discussions about ship operations. 252 conversations of a personal nature. 5 couples engaged in romantic encounters.
Your point, Mr. Dent.
Yeah.
And he plays the section. And then he says,
if this were a temporal distortion, and if we were close enough to it, it's possible that a large enough explosion might have ruptured the space-time continuum.
So?
We collided, exploded, then got caught in this repeating loop of time.
Okay.
Is the hypothesis here?
Right. I mean, so what they're thinking, what you're at that point thinking is Enterprise just hops on up to this weird temporal effect, which is probably caused by the Bozeman being ripped through time. Then they bump into each other, and that explosion causes the loop to occur. Yeah.
But so the explosion causes the Enterprise to loop.
Yeah.
What caused the Bozeman to loop? Because it didn't explode until it hit Enterprise.
No, but I think the explosion triggers the loop, and the loop just happens in the area effect of the temporal distortion.
But the loop happened in 2369. But the Bozeman started in 2269, it was 80 years ago.
Right.
It entered the expanse 80 years ago.
Okay, so maybe it's the temporal energy which is being released by the Bozeman coming through the rift, which is causing
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. See, this is fun. I always had this.
So the Bozeman only disappeared once from 72 years ago, and then it because of the explosion, it basically loops through the moment that it comes back.
Until it encountered an explosion, and then the Enterprise got joined in as well. I've always loved these kind of discussions with my friends about Star Trek. It's so much fun.
So, how about...
If you're right, perhaps we could escape from the loop by avoiding the collision.
And once again, Worf has the right idea, and nobody listens to him.
Perhaps we should reverse course.
And... no, says Brannon Braga, we don't want to do that. But so for all we know, reversing course may be what leads us into the crash. Well, yeah, Riker, that's kind of iffy. And then Picard says,
No, We can't afford to start second-guessing ourselves. We'll stay on this course until we have reason to change it.
Bad decision. You have new information that you didn't have before.
That you know
of.
Unless
you're assuming.
Yeah. I mean, they don't know that. Like,
well, then there's nothing wrong with acting on that information either.
Right. No, there isn't. But, I mean, like, it has a point. It's like, why should we do something that we don't know? Yeah. We don't know anything about. I mean, it's like, it makes sense in a way. It's like, okay, we didn't know. We don't know if we knew this before. And that's the point. And that's what Riker says. And that's what Picard agrees with. It's like, we can't start second guessing ourselves. We should just do things based on...
I think you can make a mathematical argument. All right. So if this information didn't exist, if they didn't know about the déjà vu, they would stay on the course.
Yeah.
So that's one possible universe that they can live in. Then there's two others where they have the information but change course, and have the information and don't change course.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. How do we work this out? If you have this information, it is very reasonable to change course.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you didn't have the information, you would continue going. So since you live in a situation, I know I'm explaining it very poorly, but since you live in a situation that has this information, which is distinct from universe A, why would you do the same thing that they do in universe or in timeline A? Why wouldn't you do something that's consistent with your timeline where you have the information?
Or maybe the glass breaks anytime anyway.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. Oh, I think that may in fact be the implication of the glass breaking.
Right.
Like, even if they'd reversed, they would have still bumped into the Bozeman.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
But that would have required probably an extra act in order to explain it.
I guess so, yeah. Anyway, so...
There's an idea.
If we do find a way to avoid this collision, we should try to send that information into the next loop.
Lots and lots of tech talk, also about dechions and
Like a message in a bottle.
Exactly.
That's the only part you need to listen to.
Message in a bottle.
I had the same thing playing in my head the whole time. I send an SOS to the world.
Police.
I'm so frustrated because I almost, with all my gags, I almost made a joke about that song and I didn't do it. And I'm so upset because I could have done it because I would have been on brand with both of you. And just, so close. Okay, we were still on the same page. So I'm validated, but I should have done it. Dang it.
And apparently, rather than using those dechions to send a message to Geordi, as I initially assumed because he seems to be catching them with his visor, they say that...
I will receive the information on what you would call a subconscious level.
And now here's the catch. We don't know what that's going to be like.
Right, yes.
We know it's going to resonate in his brain, but his brain isn't like ours, and what's it going to do? But Picard says...
Even with all these uncertainties, we've got to try.
And there's an extra scene, which they can now have because they had their morning briefing early.
Yeah.
So there's time before the Bozeman shows up.
Do you have the feeling that you've done this before?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Geordi and Beverly are performing open brain surgery on...
Data, yeah.
Yeah, he's got the Blinkenlichten.
Yeah.
He's got a nice big light bar in there.
That's
it always looks
new.
so cool inside his head.
That light bar, I don't think we've seen that before.
And it starts flashing
that might be the tachyon or the dacyon emitter.
Oh, yeah, good one.
Yeah, or it might be the dacyon receiver. I don't know.
We're in business.
All we need now is a message.
And this is where you see he's got the little controller and he's putting it on his arm there, but it's kind of subtle.
It is, yes. I'm trying to see if you can see it wearing if you can see him wearing it in the shot where he walks onto the bridge. Oh yeah. You can see when he's sitting on his chair. You can see that he's got it on his right arm. Yeah.
Yeah, just at the elbow.
Yeah.
We go through the whole loop again.
Yep.
Like, this is such a tease because this is the least interesting from a new information part of but it has the most tension.
Yeah,
so
can you see what's going on? Yeah, when they're doing when Picard is screaming the all hands abandon ship, you get the shot of Data doing the beep 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 thing on his little device. Yes,
and then it explodes, and we're back at the poker table.
Captain's log, stardate 45652.1.
Sometimes I wonder if he's stacking the deck.
Yeah.
Another shot where they're all four are in view, and this time it's behind Riker. And now nobody's really being singled out. So you're sort of...
This is filmed more like they would film any poker table thing.
Yeah.
You start with a shot of everybody at the table, and then you get everybody gets an individual shot when it's there. There's more focus on the people and not on the cards, because Beverly tells Data to stop and just makes a flat out prediction.
An 8, an ace, a queen, and a 4.
And nope, it's all 3s.
Wild.
Yeah,
absolutely
that's
brilliant.
Weird. Yeah.
I was positive I knew what cards were going to be dealt.
And Worf agrees, right? He was also sure about this.
But everybody gets a 3 of a kind.
Yeah. And there's
3 Geordies who appear in sickbay. They've all...
Yeah. We get a nice close-up on LeVar Burton, and I think...
yes.
Like there's different versions of the visor, different colors, different props have been made. The paint job on this version, I think, is really, really beautiful.
It's less. I mean, I think it starts out more golden. Still, it's a little bit of goldish tint here, but it's
not as platinum,
not as blatant as it used to be. Yeah.
But it looks not just like metal, but it looks like very light metal.
Yeah,
right, like a titanium, like a
right. And sometimes in the earlier seasons, you can almost like see his eyes through the slats. It's like when the lights.
Yeah. I mean, poor LeVar Burton, he really did need to like look out of the corners of his eyes to see where the it was. It's a really obstructive kind of prop that he had to wear.
I kind of figured it was like fairly see through from the inside.
Yeah, but only from like very specific angles. So you'd have
right,
like wherever your pupil is, you've got a tiny little slat of vision.
You still need to be able to hit your marks, of course.
Yeah.
And
resist the urge to turn your head to
right.
look at people through the area where you can see, and instead just look straight at them.
Yeah. So here we get to see that little chin device. Like he puts his chin in the little rest, and you see
familiar to those of us who've been to opticians.
Yeah, it looks very similar to that. And he gets his visor zapped.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm detecting a small phase shift in your visual receptors.
Apparently, they had a little bit of time left because we get a long, lingering camera shot of Picard lounging on his chair with his cup of tea and his book, which he's kind of like leafing through, kind
flipping.
Of like, exactly.
This is rubbish.
Did I put my page mark in the wrong place? Yeah, that's.
And he gets called up.
Sick bay now.
And we have more technobabble.
They're like blurry after images.
And it could be a malfunction. While you're at it, do a localized subspace scan. So repeating the jobs that he had to do before.
Yeah.
Keep me advised. And now we see Data and Geordi doing the jobs that they were assigned, and it's really cool. They're on I think it's called the pool table. That's the console in engineering that they always stand around.
Right. Yeah. It's more like what would you call those, air hockey table? That's what I would.
Yes, that's right. It's an air hockey table. Is exactly what it is. I would love to play. It's even got this like 2 diamonds or 2 sort of triangle construction. It's a little narrower in the middle, so it's got a fun little constriction.
And as he is running a level 2 diagnostic on the warp subsystems, it comes up all 3s.
That can't be right.
No, that's not right. Yeah.
I have encountered the numeral 3 an inordinate number of times over the last 2 hours.
But we are interrupted.
We have a Decyon field fluctuation on Deck 9, Section 28.
Which seems to coincide with the voices that Crusher hears.
Yes, which she calls down to tell them about.
Yep.
I'm on my way down.
Little crash of glass. Are you okay? Yeah. I'm fine. And now the weirdest camera angle we've ever had in the observation lounge, a top-down view of the table.
Yes. This is one of the shots that they specifically put in to get a different kind of effect, yes. This is completely the first time that they ever used it. Maybe the only time, I'm not sure. But definitely a first-time shot of that use of that shot.
Oh, I missed the opportunity the last time around. I think it was that they had this long push shot from way far in the back, going past everyone and then landing on Picard. That was also very good. But I think this is another brilliant choice by Jonathan Frakes and the director of photography. It's so unusual. It's so jarring that it's, hey,
Right, yeah.
viewers, you know that this is a time loop episode. You know you've sort of figured out where it was going to go, but pay attention.
Yeah.
Because it's going to happen.
Yep.
If this were a temporal distortion, and if we were close enough to it, it's possible that a large enough explosion might have ruptured the space-time continuum.
But they start talking about all the threes.
To date, we have encountered 2,085 conspicuous examples of the number 3.
Yeah.
Which,
we have no idea where it's coming from, but it's weird.
Yeah. Which is weird that he doesn't notice that he's always involved because, subconsciously he's causing them.
Apparently he's not run a diagnostic on himself yet.
And they sort of speculate.
What could be causing it?
I don't know, but if I wanted to send information from one loop into the next, I might use a method like a Deckiana mission.
Yep.
But then the question is, what could it be?
Maybe we should run a level 3 diagnostic on all key systems.
And there's a really cool shot where they all walk out of the turbo lift onto the bridge. They spread out and they all take their positions. It's really cool.
I thought that the observation lounge was on the left of the bridge behind the...
I am not nearly as nerdy as UK when it comes to this. I don't know which side it's on. I know it's not continuous. On the actual set is not continuous.
Oh, no,
with,
of course not. But I thought canonically the...
On Voyager it is.
Oh, that might be thinking of what I'm thinking of, yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, on Voyager, if you're looking at the view screen, then it's to... Although, which side are they coming out of?
No, they're coming out of they're coming out of the right side turbo lift. You know, the one that the one that everybody always use. So then there's like the captain's room is like if you're facing the view screen front left, but there's also another turbo lift there.
Yeah, you're right. And once again...
Sensors didn't detect the phenomenon until we were almost on top of it, Captain.
It is a highly localized distortion of the space-time continuum.
I love the sound of Michelle Forbes' voice. It's such a sad situation that she didn't spend more of her career on Star Trek, but I guess that's what you sometimes get when you hire someone in their early career who's just way out of your league.
What did she go on and do?
Oh, a bunch of stuff. You know her primarily as Admiral Kane from Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, right, yes.
She was also in True Blood. I think she was in 24. Yeah, she was what's it called? The Maynard. She was a villain in one of the episodes. She had a whole cult, a whole sex cult around her.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I've seen most of True Blood. But, I
want your blood, sucky.
I did peter out towards the latter seasons, I think. Anyway, so
it all plays out again. And I think this is why it was so brilliant to start off the conference scene with that big top down. Hey, pay attention, pay attention.
There's something else is happening. Yeah.
And they go through the same thing, and once again, they have the two ideas for what to do. They have Riker's idea and Data's idea. Make it so, Mr. Worf, and then this close up on Data,
and he sees the pips on Riker's uniform, and he goes like, "Oh, 3 pips." Yeah.
The tractor beam will not be successful. I am decompressing the main shuttle bay.
I mean, okay, so at first I'm just like, okay, that's definitely boots of conclusion jumping territory. On the other hand, it is the thought that was going through Data's head on the previous loop.
Yep.
It's kind of like, this is not working, and what am I seeing now? What is something that tells me that we need to do differently? And and he knows he can only send a really short message, and apparently that message is number 3.
Yep. And it's all thanks to Riker invading his personal space.
Standing there with his
looming over there,
on the
wafting his ball sweat, which, not per se a problem.
I mean, presumably they get they replicate fresh underwear.
It is 0700 hours.
Yes. It depends on if he's a morning or evening showering person.
Yes. Some people are both.
Sure, yeah.
We see a shot of, it looks like a writing desk with the top rolling up and dry ice vapor.
Right, but you can see the shuttles in there, standing in there.
Do you?
Yeah, you can see the shuttle.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's just voomp, a little bit of air. It's just a little puff of air, which is enough to blow the ship.
Yep.
Enough, of course, to...
And you see the model has something called Aztecing. Now, I don't know exactly what it is, but
you're going to explain it anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to try, and then I'm going to call the chief to do that.
Oh, yeah?
I think that's the sort of principle of having panels on the ship with slightly different colors and reflectivity.
Oh, okay.
You see that on the Enterprise D. Chief, did I get that right?
Yeah, Kaki, I would say you got that right. It's derived from the way that it just kind of looks kind of Aztec-y. Not really. It's just like how it was kind of viewed. However, if you do ever look at like any kind of large boat, there's always imperfections in the hull and just differences in that, because that's just the nature of manufacturing, especially some manufacturing in that large of a scale, to the same degree of there should never, ever, ever, ever be perfectly straight lines across large, vast differences. Like, you can be perfectly straight for like a foot, a couple of feet, but like you're not going to have a perfectly straight line from one end of the ship to the other, because that's just not going to happen. And that is kind of why you want to have those imperfections kind of built in when you're making these models in CG or physically, because I mean, physically you get away with it because it's an actual thing, and the production, it may not be perfect, but like digitally you want to make sure that there's a little bit of warping, there's a little bit of just kind of like jaggedness to it, because it's not perfectly straight. And that it really kind of is the principle of, if it's perfect, it's not going to pass the muster test of like the eyes. You're going to be like, that doesn't look quite right, and you may not be able to say why it doesn't look right, but then if you've seen this stuff and then you compare back to it, it's like, oh, that's why it doesn't look right, because all these photos of like actual like aircraft carriers or even just large boats and cruise ships, you see the panels and you see all this stuff and you see all this imperfection, and you can see, wow, yeah, it does curve this way and then it curves that way across the entire bow. And so, yeah, you're spot on there. I just wanted to add that a little bit in there because I am passionate about this stuff.
I mean, the problem has always been like how do you light a ship which the only light there is coming from the ship itself?
Yeah. And that is, you hire ILM and they just do an excellent job.
And they make up shit, yes. But
Yeah. Yeah, because there is nothing in space that casts a soft shadow on a spaceship, because it's all too far away.
Okay, so yes, blah, 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 everything a little bit of...
The Bozeman doesn't bump into the warp nacelle this time. The lights come back on and...
We are clear of the distortion.
Hey.
Problem solved. First time round.
What happened?
At the last moment, I speculated that 3 might refer to the number of rank insignia on Commander Riker's uniform,
which indicated to Data that his suggestion might be the correct course of action.
Yes.
Data, you must have picked up a message we sent from the last loop and stacked the deck in the poker game without realizing it.
And not just the poker game, but that he's been inadvertently adding 3s all over the ship.
Yep.
It's maybe not great OPSEC that, someone who's capable of taking over the ship within minutes...
does it at least one occasion, probably more.
More, loads of times that he takes over the ship, usually when he's asked to, but also he could do it when not asked, can be influenced with just...
Apparently so, yeah. I mean,
wafting Dekion sweat.
Into a specific, receiver that he implanted in his brain for that particular purpose.
Transmitter.
Receiver. The transmitter was the device on his arm.
No. He doesn't have a natural receiver. Like, the assumption was it would resonate with his normal...
Oh, right. Good point.
Right, because
absolutely. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yes.
Although, that would be a fair sort of assumption. Like, when they get to this point, hey, we could send a message to the next... What if we've sent a message before? Should we build a receiver first to see if there's a message already out there?
Yeah, that's an idea.
Oh, I'm now reminded of, in the White Wolf role-playing games, when the new World of Darkness came out, there was this one flavor story that always stuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, who built the first radio? Marconi.
I mean, probably not, but he's got the reputation for it.
Right, yeah. I mean, in the story... And it retold like the legend of Marconi going out with his radio, but like he turned his radio on, and before he transmitted a signal,
he was already receiving something. Yeah,
which as soon as he went, send a transmission. What is this? The signal stopped.
Yeah, like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Twilight Zone like levels of effect.
Yeah. But all's swell that ends swell.
Mr. Wolf, end red alert.
And try to access a Federation time-based beacon.
Yep.
Ooh.
Time base confirms. Our chronometers are off by 17.4 days.
Reset them, Mr. Data. and make sure that you set them to the time zone of the capital city of the nearest inhabitant planet. It's only good manners.
It's only polite, yeah.
And now they're being hailed by the other vessel.
Yes, the boatsman has apparently pulled their finger out and is now going like, oh, hey, who are you guys?
This is Captain Morgan Bateson of the Federation Starship Bozeman.
It's Fraser!
It is Fraser.
It's Fraser Crane! And he's standing on the actual bridge of... Was it the Reliant?
No, it was a retooled... Oh, I have it in my notes, but I can't get to my notes because Google Docs is being a shit again.
Oh, no.
So,
do you want to call on the chief?
Chief, can you please enlighten us?
Okay, so you're both a little right here. So the Reliant was the model that they used. They just refitted a little bit, which, they do all the time because they were not precious with those models. We might today be like, oh no, these models, but for them it's just like, we're making shows here. We don't have the budget to kind of do this stuff constantly. So yeah, no, reuse that model for that. But then yes, the Bozeman uniforms and interiors were reused from Undiscovered Country, but also really just this bridge we've seen a lot. We saw it as the Hathaway Bridge in Peak Performance. This is the Measure of the Man. This was the bridge for several of the motion pictures. This is a constant reuse. It's in a lot of stuff, including yesterday's Enterprise, Masterpiece Society, The Offspring, Vengeance Factor. Just reuse the set, reuse the set. That really is kind of the brilliance of this era of Star Trek, is how much can we reuse to save costs, because otherwise this is a drastically expensive show, and that is the only way they could possibly get away with this many episodes every single year.
What a job this must have been for Kelsey Grammer to come up and just do.
Sensors detected a temporal distortion.
I mean, you can tell that he's an actor of some note. There's a reason
They also tried to get what's her name again, the actress who plays the waitress in Cheers, to get her standing in the background. But
Diane.
But they couldn't get that right.
Oh, that's so cheeky.
Yeah,
crossover episode.
Yes, pretty much. Oh, hey, do you know what year it is? And
Of course I do. 2278.
No, it's kind of appropriate that we...
Well, maybe you should come over and I'll pour you a stiff drink because I've got something to tell you.
Yeah. We'll have... Beverly, bring your pint of vodka.
And with that, it is seen. Well, for the last time.
And we see them sort of flying off into the distance together, which is really, really fun.
Yep.
This is a kick-ass episode of Star Trek The Next Generation.
It is.
I know that Royce sort of apologized for picking a good one and just explaining why it's good.
If they just like it, then that's fine. It's.
And I'm glad. I'm really glad I got to watch this again.
So, what did you think was
so fucking cool?
I'm going to go with Jonathan Frakes' direction and the camera work.
Especially the camera work. Yeah, I was going to say that as well.
Which I've always appreciated with Jonathan Frakes. I remember he did a Frame of Mind, where he also starred, which also had lots of gonzo camera work to give this sense of distorting reality. And when he did a bunch of episodes on Discovery, and Discovery is always very, pretty cinematic with its camera work. They give their guest directors the objective, this is the bridge set. It's always the same. Go nuts with it. Make sure that it's always interesting. Do something new that nobody's done.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. How about you? What did you think was so cool?
Well, like I said, it's I would have gone with the camera work as well in this one. Anything else that had particularly jumped out at me? Let's see. I don't know, man. Beverly's pint of nightcap. It's a little blue drink, I believe it is, or maybe it's a little bit violet at some point, I think. So.
Do you think she made herself what's it called? Aviation fuel?
No, it's aviation, not aviation fuel. Could be. I mean, that's.
What goes into an aviation again?
It is. Let me think. It's
gin.
Gin. I personally like to use aviation gin.
Appropriate.
Yes, Luxardo and lime juice and a bit of crème de violette
for that lovely, yes. Almost mauve purplish color.
Right. Yeah, it's like the deep color of dark blue right above you in the middle of a clear day.
Ooh. Oh, that does sound lovely. Well,
okay. So let's see. Cutting room scene, scene that was left on the cutting room floor.
Captain's log, supplemental.
What is a scene that you would imagine?
Who's missing? Who's not got anything to do?
I mean, all the usual suspects are there.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Because I haven't thought about this at all, but I wonder if there's an opportunity to like view this whole day from somebody else's perspective, who was maybe like consciously groundhogging, or maybe it was Lieutenant whatever that quote unquote caught Geordi, who was actually trying to kill him.
Okay, she was like a temporal agent from she was from the Time Wars and trying to get.
Oh, wait, no, maybe it's a morality play. Maybe she was just so upset with whatever, and she was spurned, or for whatever reason, she was taking it out on Geordi, and she felt terrible regret. So she was glad that he kept coming back over time. And this whole time they've been cycling through, and it was her process of coming to terms with her own anger and learning to let go of her suffering and like trying to atone for her sins that she's done. And then everybody else thinks, it was just a time loop. It didn't have anything to do with me. Oh, so I didn't have to learn any lessons. Back to planning my next murder.
Okay, yes. That's very elaborate.
Thank you. That's my brand.
Fair. Well, true, yes.
How about you?
Take an idea and run with it before
anybody stops you.
We kind of already covered it, but I think it was going to have to be Beverly in the bedroom with a diary in the Hitachi, not the Hibachi. That would be something else entirely.
Yeah. What was the joke about the Hitachi? I want some medical imaging equipment. And Hitachi says, no problem, we got you covered. Yeah, but now I also want some farming equipment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can do that.
And now I'd like something to absolutely destroy my pee.
Yeah,
You're not going to believe this.
Yeah. Yes. It has. I don't have any personal experience, but I believe it has 2 settings as far as someone has told me, which is like hard and earthquake.
Oh, Chief, please play Guinan's clip.
That was setting number 1. Anyone want to see setting number 2?
All right. So, what do we have? Yeah, I'm prompting you, but maybe I should do it while the
time on an all-new episode of Star Trek.
Yes, where we've received a recommendation, as we do so often. Thank you once again to Royce Day. And if you yourself would like to send in a recommendation, you go to joyoftrek.com/links. There is a form. It's probably getting harder and harder to make a recommendation, because I think by this time we've done about 10% of all of Star Trek.
Oh, wow. That's quite a bit. Yeah.
So if you can think of anything that you probably enjoy more than most people, those are the ones that we find really fascinating, or just a deep cut, or just a middle of the road that we always and everybody always forgets, and find something that you think is tremendous about it. We'd really love to hear that. We love to hear from new people. So if you haven't sent anything before, how about having a think about that?
And who knows, someday in the near future, or not so near future, there might be an episode that comes up and you will have an advantage in our little guessing game where the chief has selected some quotes from that episode that we will be doing next.
Yes!
And left them for us to try and figure out what it is we will be doing.
Are you ready for the game?
Bring it on.
Okay. Here's clue number 1.
A remarkable creature. Your design very nearly passes as human.
Nearly passes for human.
Maybe someone talking about Data?
Could be.
Or the Doctor?
Or some alien things. Like maybe it's like some intruder, some like an imposter.
Ooh, yeah, that's possible. All right, clue number 2.
You must help me kill myself. I broke my back picking up a peanut.
Okay.
I'm sorry, this is an awful thing to laugh about, of course, but like this does sound like an allusion to an episode that Worf goes through, where he does suffer.
That was literally the episode before this one, the one we watched like 1 or 2 episodes before this episode, today's episode,
right,
where Worf does his dual spine break or whatever it is.
And this
also, it makes me think of that Dana Carey joke where he's like,
oh no,
like what happened? Like I threw my back. What did you do? I took a nap.
Quite recognizable for those of us who've reached a certain age. It makes me think that it might be Lower Decks or even Prodigy for someone to be poking fun at that.
Could be, yeah.
Nothing makes me hornier than torturing someone. I'm horny all the time.
That's definitely Lower Decks.
That's Dr. Tiana. But maybe mirror Dr. Tiana.
Oh, who knows? It was set for kill. So am I.
Come on, Borg babies. This time you're coming with me.
I know which one it is.
Oh?
Yeah, it's also sort of a time loop, almost.
Okay.
It's one with, what's it called? It's one with various holographic tests for the officers to do to secure their promotions or training or whatever.
Right, yes. That's another one. And it's like, Boimler gets completely focused on getting 100%.
Perfect score. And he sort of Groundhog Days.
Exactly. And then he has to keep going because otherwise the testing is going to end and they're all going to get kicked out or demoted.
Whoa, what
an
incredible thematic connection.
Yes.
Last clue.
There is no Boimler. I am Excretus of Borg.
Yes, that's the one. That's what it's called.
Very good.
Excretus from Lower Decks. Let's hear it.
The episode is Lower Decks 208. I Excretus.
There we go. Oh, looking forward to that.
All right, so that leaves us with only one more thing to do.
I'm leaving Starfleet.
Energize!
We hope you've enjoyed this week's episode with friends Kay and Kaki, production and editing by our chief engineer Greg, and music by Fox Amore. Join us next week for I Excretus Lower Decks 208. Visit joyoftrek.com/links to send us your recommendations, support us on Patreon, or to find us on Blue Sky. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for listening to The Joy of Trek, and we'll see you out there.